And thank you for taking some time out of your day to join us. My name is Isaiah Dawes. I am a senior annuity sales associate here at IMES. I'm going to be joined by Jeremy Haug from RevenX today, and we've got some really fantastic information to share with you about that platform. Before we get into all of that, I'm going to go over a few items here and why agents love working with us over here at IMES. If at any time throughout the presentation you've got a question, please go ahead and pop that into the questions box. You don't necessarily have to wait till the end, but we'll be sure to get all of those questions answered for you. So we also will have 3 poll questions here for you today, so we'd love your participation on those. We have changed up those questions, so if you're a repeat attender, we'll get you some different questions here today. When you call over to us at 800-255-5055, remember you're always going to get a live person and never have to deal with a dial by name directory, and that's just how we kick off our best-in-class customer service. You know, answering that phone with somebody, and maybe it's not the person that you're calling in for, but if not, we're going to get you transferred right over to that person to get you taken care of. So a few reasons why agents love working with us, starting off with our new producer builders. Our new producer builders program is for those of you who are new to IMES. These bonuses are available based on your production level in your first 180 days of contracting with us. We have different levels that you can qualify at, and as you can see inside each level are some great options for you. We've got incredible business building tools, personal perks for you, and even cash rewards that are available. If you'd like to know where you stand towards your new producer builder, or if you would like to have a conversation about how to achieve this next level, just please give us a call. Another business builders program that we provide for our agents is our referred producer program. I see a couple advisors on with us today that have already taken advantage of this. Our business on the wholesale side of the industry is similar to yours in the field, in that one of the best leads we can ever obtain is a referral from one of our valued producers. This is why we want to make it worth your while to refer a producer to us. When you refer a producer and they get contracted, we're going to cut you a $50 thank you check. Where the real money comes in is as your referral writes business, you're going to receive an override on that business. Our ownership team, Charles, Steve, Curtis, and Chris, sign checks for thousands of dollars every quarter. If you think of anyone that could have benefit from doing business with our team, please type their information into that questions box, or you can certainly email me with their information. Below the referred producer program is our marketing reimbursement program, which is the most popular program that we offer here at IMES. For every $100,000 in FIA premium, you're going to get $100 into your marketing reimbursement account. Why this is so popular and lucrative for our advisors is that we truly do consider this to be your money. We have the flexibility on what services and when and who to use these funds with. It's your marketing reimbursement, so we don't tell you the vendors that you have to use. We do recommend vendors that we partner with and leverage reduced rates and preferred service, but certainly you can use this as you see fit. We also have our creative team here to create a marketing strategy and provide in-house services. So if you'd like to know how much is in your marketing reimbursement account or have a conversation about how to utilize it, just give your sales director a call here at our office and we'd love to speak with you about that. Our back office support team is another way that we add value to your business. This is a core value of IMES and how Charles Hiring founded IMES years ago. We want to help the independent advisor work smarter, not harder. We're going to do that with our great business building tools and resources, and of course, advanced case designed assistance. We assist with life and annuity quotes. We're going to get you those illustrations that you can request within 24 hours. Really, you're going to receive it much quicker, usually within the hour. Submission to commission support is handled by our new business teams. Mackenzie heads up the annuity team and Michelle is on the life side. They have fantastic teams who work tirelessly every day to help you get that commission quicker. And we're going to scrub applications for you, submit them on your behalf, and do the administrative tracking and get you updates on those cases as needed. We do this to ensure that you do get commissioned as quickly as possible. This is a service that we provide to all of our valued producers, and it's a way that we help you grow your business by keeping you in front of clients while our team handles that back office support for you. Our IMES website is a great tool for our producers to use, and another reason to work over here at IMES. Once you are contracted, you're going to have full access to everything you see on this slide. There's so much more on our website there, so if you haven't registered for our website, it is very simple to do so. When we're done with this call, go ahead and create an account. We'd love to see you on there. There are a lot of great resources that are available to you, including illustration tools, online forms, product grids, and news. Industry updates are also out there for you. So as I'm sure you all know, technology is where the industry is going, and Luma is our newest partnership to streamline the application process. Most of our carriers are now on our Luma Firelight E platform, so you can go to one site to submit business. Some carriers are going to eApp only for some of their product lines and will also offer extra comp for utilizing the eApp platform. Make sure you ask your sales director before you submit a paper app, because you can earn extra money by just completing and submitting it through the eApp portal. As I mentioned earlier, we do have a full in-house creative team to help your business. We have turnkey items available out there for you. Many of our sales resources are white labeled, so we can simply impose your contact information and your business logos onto it. And speaking of your logos, if you haven't created a full customized brand for you and your agency, we can certainly help with that through Agency Solution. Name recognition grows your natural market organically, and digital marketing solutions are a very popular topic around here at IMES. We can help you with websites, social media marketing, email marketing, and much more. The internet and social media sites are where the overwhelming majority of prospects go to for information. Making sure you are accessible and represented in those marketing lanes is very beneficial to growing your business. So reach out to me when this webinar concludes to talk about how you can access the IMES creative team, and we can certainly get that ball rolling for you. We also offer a complimentary marketing analysis for agents looking to explore new sales ideas and programs. Whether you're new to the industry or a seasoned producer, this free assessment can help you boost your business with insights on your website, digital presence, branding, and current marketing activities, as well as recommendations on trusted vendors for everything from lead generation to seminars and social content. Reach out to your sales director today to get started with that. Next, I want to talk about IMES Wealth Management. They are our sister company that is an RIA, and there's two different divisions to that for you. Basically, if you're already Series 65 licensed, you can go ahead and start working with them right away. But we also have an option for those of you that maybe don't want to get your securities license, or whether you're at the end of your career or just never really wanted to get that. We have a solution there too. That's our Client Direct program. You can refer clients over to our wealth management team to assist with the securities portion of the sale while you handle the insurance side. The important thing about this is, what we always like to say is, when you go into a home and you're looking at an annuity sale, and maybe they have, let's say, 500,000, but maybe only 300,000 of that is suitable for an annuity. If you aren't doing something with that other 200,000, you're kind of just leaving the door open for another advisor to potentially come in and steal that client. So we want to have a solution for you here with our IMES Wealth Management team. We actually had one of our advisors that was working with our wealth management team while he was studying for his Series 65, and by the time he passed his exam, he had $8 million in assets under management that he was ready to have transferred over to him, and they got that transferred over real smoothly. So we want to have a solution for you on all sides of the business, and that is why we started this wealth management program there. So I'm going to launch a poll real quick here. If you're interested in getting some more information on our IMES Wealth Management Program, please go ahead and check yes on that poll. I'll go ahead and leave that up for a few seconds here while everyone has a chance to vote. I'll let that go for just a little bit longer. Hopefully we get some more votes in there, and then I'll be moving on. Alrighty, thank you everyone for voting on that. Next, I'm going to talk about one of our incentive trips. This is what we're doing with Athene. This is qualification is still going on for this. I believe it's 5 million in FIA business that needs to be written with Athene here in order to qualify for that trip to the Dominican Republic coming up March 22nd to the 25th. We have a lot of really great incentive trips here at IMES that I know a lot of our producers really enjoy taking advantage of. So certainly something to think about there and consider when working with IMES. Another one of our incentive trips going on is Peak Producers Summit with SILAC. This one is only 2 million in paid FIA business with SILAC. Qualification for that is running through April 30th. So that's another great opportunity to earn a trip to a really beautiful place in Park City, Utah, the St. Regis Deer Valley Hotel. Lots of great opportunity there. Alrighty, now getting to our Life and Annuity Academy. We do about 4 or 5 of these academies a year, usually at our home office here in Omaha. We bring out about 30 to 35 agents for a 2-day workshop. It's not going to be life insurance 101. It's not annuities 101. So if you're brand new to the industry, this may not be for you. But we cover a wide range of topics there, including sales strategies from some of our top producers that they have found to be successful. We also go over marketing strategies from some of our vendor partners, as well as presentations from a couple of our carrier partners on their products and service. Really what I think a lot of agents find the most value in with these events, though, is just getting to kind of network and rub elbows with other producers in the industry and learning what they're doing within their practice that's helped them grow and be successful. So I'll go ahead and launch another poll here. If you're interested in getting some more information on our life and annuity academies, go ahead and check yes on that. But again, these are really great events. We just wrapped up our last one for the year, October 8th through the 10th. So we probably won't have another one until maybe March or April next year. Nobody really likes to come out to Nebraska during the winter time, as I'm sure you all can imagine. But again, a really great opportunity to just learn more about what's going on in the industry, some other strategies that you can potentially implement into your business, and networking with a lot of other successful agents. I'll leave that poll up for just another few seconds here. Alrighty, thank you to those who voted. I'll go ahead and close that. Perfect. And then from here, I'm actually going to go ahead and pass it off to Jeremy. I'll let him share his screen. Perfect. Alrighty, Jeremy, if you want to go ahead and share your slides there, I will mute myself and hand it off to you.
Awesome, thank you. Oh, a little infinite window there for a second, but I think we've got it. Just gonna present my screen. Just want to confirm. So you guys can hear me? You can see the slides?
Yep, hear you loud and clear and got your slides perfectly.
Okay, perfect. Fantastic. I appreciate it. So thanks, Isaiah, for having me. Thanks, everybody, for attending. What I want to do in this presentation is just talk about the federal market, as well as kind of our system for appointments that show and convert, and just kind of start with who we are. So our company is RevenX. My name's Jeremy. I'm the CEO. We've booked over 50,000 federal employee appointments. So I think we've got a little bit of credibility in this marketplace. We know the pain points of the Fed market. We've worked with agents, agencies, IMOs, just like IMES. We've got a lot of agents that work with IMES that are working with us. And our primary focus is booked appointments that actually show up. And so I'm going to just start with leads versus appointments. Right, I think it's a pretty easy sell to say that appointments beat leads every time. Appointments mean they have a scheduled time, they're expecting, there's some level of interest, and you're not having to follow up. You're not waiting for a drip conversion. You're not buying 30 leads and hoping some of them convert. These are virtual, so you can be anywhere in the country. They're compliant and it's scalable. So right now we're booking between, I'd say about 3,500 to 4,000 appointments a month. So if you're, most agents usually buy 20 appointments a month to start. So the reality is if you're like, hey, Jeremy, I want to double my appointments and go to 40. We're like, okay, cool. Like we did so far today. I'm just looking at at our live tracker for the day so far. We've booked 44 appointments this morning. And I would say today's a slower day. So definitely not a concern on that side of things. Let's talk about the federal employee market because it is a really good market. And public employees in general, they have stable income and they have a defined retirement system. So for federal employees, they have FERS, which is Federal Employees Retirement System, and they have TSP, which is a thrift savings plan. Now, they're also typically undereducated on benefits and options, and they have a higher trust in structured guidance and long-term relationship. So when you're looking at federal employees, they are looking to understand their system better. They know there are mistakes. There's a whole book on this that we wrote that goes into, I mean, they could be losing hundreds of thousands of dollars over their lifetime if they don't make certain decisions correctly. And IMS has a great training program as well that covers all of this. And so talking about the federal space is a little different than some of the other leads that you have out there. What we're looking at here is federal employees are, I would say, problem aware, meaning they know that they don't know, right? They have some awareness that they should probably know something more. And the best agents and advisors are looking to sell annuities, IULs. You could do assets under management if your securities licensed, or you could work with IMS, and refer out the assets under management piece, because that will help you close bigger annuity deals. And again, these are prospects that are problem aware, so they know, again, that they don't know. So you're getting into this first appointment, and our recommendation is educate and advise. Don't try to close ever on the first call. Every now and then, if you get a really long conversation, you might be able to close on a first appointment. But the reality that we see is the agents that do best are taking that first appointment, saying, hey, John, I see you're a federal employee. Thanks so much for jumping on the call with me. I see you've got some general questions or a specific question, and I go, okay, great. Now, you want to guide the conversation in terms of, great, do you know when you're going to retire? Or do you already have a plan for, when you're going to retire? You're going to wait to 62? Are you going to, there's different, federal employees have different requirements for their retirement. And they have different benefits if they retire with an immediate annuity, like their immediate FERS payments, or if they delay it. And so the other thing that you're looking at here is you've got to be comfortable closing remotely. So if for the last 20 years you've been doing in person, we generally don't see as much of success with this. You're looking at, you've got to build that relationship. You got to take the time. There's agents who crush it on this, that they never meet the clients. And some might say, hey, look, that's kind of weird, right? But after COVID, at this point, I think everybody's kind of used to it. It's like we're used to working remote. I can't see any of you guys right now, so it's like we're all remote. We just build these relationships. And the thing that we're looking at here is it's going to take time to create closes. So you're looking at pipeline, right? What we say is like, look, in month 1, you're just looking at, are you having good conversations? Are you booking second appointments? Are you seeing opportunities? Our target is for you to kind of break even by month 3. And then by month 6, you're looking at hopefully a 5-to-1 or greater ROI. I can always give you the outliers. We've got one crazy good sales agent or that's using our appointments. And I think he's at 45-to-1 ROI. Again, that is a wild outlier, and we've had agents who've gotten a close in the first month. But the reality is, especially for bigger annuity closes, it will take time. So I'm just going to go over some lingo for the federal space, because it's always important for me to think with that you know the definitions of words, right? Otherwise, you can kind of go blank and just not understand things. So first, I kind of already mentioned Federal Employees Retirement System. CSRS, that's the retirement system from before FERS, which is basically they're older. MRA is minimum retirement age. SRS is a special retirement supplement, which basically is if they retire before they're 62, then they get a Social Security equivalent until the age of 62. You've got FEGLI, FEHB, Fed VIP, LTC Feds. So LTC is long-term care. Fed VIP is for vision. FEHB is the health benefits, and then FEGLI is federal employee group life insurance. FEGLI is usually a good opportunity because they just do term, and it gets renewed every year, so it's pretty cheap when they're younger. But as they go up in age, it's an opportunity for you to sell somebody who's 50 or 55 and be like, okay, hey, do you really want it through term? Do you want a different product? So there's that, so that opportunity as well. Thrift savings plan. So this is your equivalent really to a 401k, to a 403b. It's their retirement plan, asset. And that's where you're going to do your rollovers into annuities. Required minimum distribution. It's not necessarily federal only, so you might be familiar with that already, but you're going to want to be able to talk about that. High 3 is basically how they are getting paid on their FERS, right? On their pension payment is based on their high 3. So the 3 years of highest pay, and it's consecutive. So it's the highest 36 months of pay. So if a federal employee is making 100,000 as their high for 3 years, that's basic. The calculation is the high 3 times the number of serviceable years divided by 40 is kind of the calculation. And then times 1% or 1.1% if they're retiring at 62 with, I believe it's 20 years minimum. Anyways, so there's some key engagement points that we recommend. So if you're already in the federal space, these could be helpful to you. You can take a screenshot. If you're not yet, this is something that we provide. So it's like, okay, good. If you're talking to a federal employee, have you calculated your high 3? Do you know if you'll be penalized if you're retiring early? So if you're retiring before 62 and you have not had the right amount of years, it could be a 5% per year penalty. So if you're retiring at 57, they could be taking a lifetime penalty of 25% on their annuity. For their health benefits, they need to be on the federal employee health benefits for 5 years before retirement in order to keep it. It's like, cool, PFP, they mapped it out. Your FEGLI premiums can skyrocket after age 55. Have you looked at that? Right, I kind of mentioned that earlier. Something to happen to you. Do you know what your spouse would receive? There's a choice that they have to make. They take a slight hit on their pension, but they've got a 50%, 25%, or a 0% for spouse. So that's something important to decide. There's some tax factors, that to go over, and would you like to see why? So what we recommend again is take that first call, build a relationship, do your fact finder, answer some basic questions, but you're trying to leave them with enough questions that they want to attend a second meeting. And then from there, book the second meeting. Okay, so here's who shouldn't enter the federal market. So if you're brand new, you're like, one, this market is more expensive to get into. So that's not the ideal fit. One call closers, if you're just, these are not, what are the, fixed, what am I saying here? Sorry, like death benefits. You're not doing a one call close. This is not an instant life close. This is you're building a relationship. And if you're securities licensed, even better. Again, if you're not, it's not a problem. I think 80% of the agents we work with are not securities licensed. They usually have some sort of solution for the ballers that they run into. And again, if you're like, look, I got to do it my way, then if your way aligns with what we're recommending, sure, right? But looking at successful actions is helpful for sure. Good. So I'm going to talk about what we do. So it's a done-for-you appointment engine. We do state-specific targeting for federal or state employees. We have multi-channel outreach, digital ads, email, SEO, cold outreach. They're booked straight onto your calendar. So most of you are probably familiar with Calendly. It's one of the softwares we work with. We have another system that we've built ourselves. It's a little bit more customized. That's basically the same thing. Again, as long as you've got a Google Calendar or an Outlook calendar, we'll integrate with that and just get the appointments at the times that you're available. Again, we recommend have more time slots available to make sure you get the appointments. And so that's there. What makes us different? Because there are some other vendors out there. We replace every canceled appointment. So like when you're paying for appointments, we replace the cancellations. We provide customized training and support for you, and so you can make the most of each opportunity. Training like this, we have a training library of content. We also have bi-weekly trainings with agents that are successful on this program. Your appointments are yours and are not recycled. So we are generating brand new appointments. They're yours. They're not like we're not sharing them with two other agents. And all of these prospects have questions. So there's no bait and switch. We're not saying, hey, here's your review, now jump on a call. It's like, we're like, good. If you have questions, if you want to get a federal annual review, right? That's one of our marketing angles. Do you know when you're going to retire? Do you know if you're going to have enough when you retire? And look, there's going to be a mix, right? There's going to be a mix of young people, older people. We see about half of them over 50, half of them under 50. Again, that's on a large scale. So some months you might get a bunch that are older. Some months you might get some that are younger. Again, that's why we recommend having the ability to sell multiple products. If you're only looking for the 59-year-old that's ready to do a rollover, that's a very small percentage of the appointments, and we do have a potentially different product, so you can always check that out. So we've booked appointments in 45 states. We've worked with over 2,000 agents using this program, and this has given more than $400 million in opportunities for agents just like yourself. Another thing that's good about us, I don't think I have it in here. Nope, not yet. I'll go into that in a second. Is over 90% of our revenue as a company is coming from recurring clients. So we like to build relationships, just like we're recommending for you to build relationships with federal employees. We're looking to build long-term relationships with agents that are looking to build their business. So over 90% of our revenue of the company is coming from recurring clients. Okay, good. Here's a couple sample appointments just to kind of give you an idea. This is our own internal system. This is Calendly if you're familiar with it. So here's Marlene. She booked a Florida federal pension/benefits meeting. She has some FERS TSP questions. You'll get, okay, good. How much in assets does she have? She has 0 to 100K. You'll get her phone number, her email. Usually these will be work emails. And you'll get her name. Over here, we've got another one. This person, is booked with Travis. And we've got her email. We've got her phone number. We see she's in Mountain Time. She's 61. She has questions about Social Security and Medicare, as well as FERS and TSP. So you're going to get a mix. Sometimes you won't know the age. About 70% of the time, they fill in their age, but we don't require it as a field. Here's a case study. So just to give you an idea of what makes this look successful. So out of 20 appointments, about 5 of them are more likely to be a fit for annuities. If you have a 20% close rate, you close one of them, let's say it's a $200,000 rollover, you're making about 12 grand. On the life side, the IUL side, the other 15 appointments, let's say you close 10%, 1.5, commissions closer to 2,100, so about 14,000 right there. You also have opportunities. We always say this. It's like, look, ask them about their spouse. Ask them about who else do they know that could need this service. We had one agent get an entire department in the federal government, for Texas. They were in Texas. and they were able to get a presentation for the entire department just because they took the time to build a relationship with the first person they had the conversation with, and then they were able to close a bunch more deals. We had another agent recently tell us that that they built a relationship. They found that this person had a friend group, and out of that, he's securities licensed. So far, I think it's $8 million that he's either rolled over or has put under management just from that one appointment. So anyways, we're looking here. It's like, okay, good. You could be making 20,000, depending on how much you're investing, how long you're making a massive ROI on this. Good. So now I want to talk about show rates. We've put a lot of time, energy, and effort into show rates with our appointments because honestly, it is usually the biggest complaint, right? If our show rates suck, then agents aren't happy. So we're like, okay, good. How do we improve that for all of the clients we work with? Right? You obviously can't close what doesn't show up. Every show rate increases your profitability. Here's the 4 things we see that stand out. You can use this whether you work with us or you work with anybody else. So channel, timing, lead time, and reminders. So here's what we've seen from 100,000 appointments. We analyzed it all. Phone calls versus video sees about a 19% increase in show rate. So video could be Zoom, could be Google Meets, could be Teams. And we don't know if that's just because of the technology barrier or whatever else it is, but generally lowering the friction, you're gonna have a higher show rate here. Weekdays versus weekends, 74 versus 62%. Daytime, so 8 to 4, 75% versus evening, 71%. Lead time, less than 24 hours has an 84% show rate versus 7 days out is 70%, and even further out than that is even lower. So we cap ours at 10 days currently, so just to improve show rates. And we give you a minimum of a 2-hour buffer as our recommendation. But no matter who you're working with, I would definitely make sure you're using phone calls. Don't do weekends. If you can do more during the day rather than evening, that's a small lever, and see if you can just cap how far out they book for you. Again, so offer weekday slots, allow same-day bookings, always include a reason to show. That's something we've operationalized. So for us, we promote that they get a personalized retirement report, which basically every agent is able to do. And friction-free rescheduling and clean calendar hygiene. Just make sure your calendar software is working correctly, which we do. So we're going to get all of that set up if you're working with us. We've got the training. IMS also has training. They've got a full course. We have some segments for you. We have a dedicated success team. We're not going to help you close, right? At the end of the day, you have to have the ability to close. Our job is we want to make sure you're starting the conversation in a way that we've seen works, right? If you start a call with, hey, so why'd you book this meeting? Versus, hey, I see you had some questions about X, or hey, most federal employees have a question about XYZ. Do you have that question? We see that has a higher success rate, turning first appointments into second appointments. We're also seeing, like one of the objections we see is like they think you're with the federal government. And even though our marketing never says that, and we have disclaimers saying that you are not, educating them early on in your conversation of who you are, what your role is, what your purpose is in the conversation is going to increase the likelihood that they will actually spend time with you and then close the deal, right? Because let's say you spend 40 minutes answering their questions, and then they realize they're like, oh, you're not with HR, you don't have access to all my stuff. Now they don't trust you. Now you're less likely to get a second appointment, and you're less likely to close the deal. So here's what success looks like. Here's a couple of agents. One, I think it's Sadie, invested $5,000, made about $18,000 in commissions, 50% converted from first appointment to second appointment, 15% close rate, closed 16 clients, 3 annuities, 6 IUL, 7 infinite banking debt-free life. This is Rich. He's still working with us. I think he's been a client now for 2.5 years. Probably have to get an updated one here from him. He's converting 60% of his appointments to second appointments, 20% close rate, so a little better here. And so therefore he's also got more commissions, obviously. 4 annuities, 3 IUL, 2 life cases, 8 infinite banking, debt-free life. Here's a couple more. So this one, Jay, I believe he was doing mainly annuities, right? Like that's your fast cash, 5% fees. He's securities licensed. So he made 143,000 in commissions over 6 months, almost a 16 to 1 ROI. Eric here, again, he did a little bit more on the life side of things, still 113,000 in commissions. So again, the other agent, the one that has a 45 to 1 ROI, all he does is life, which is kind of crazy, to be honest. And he told me he made, this was a little earlier this year, 800,000 in just commissions off of life cases. Wrote about $4 million, I believe, is what he said. Okay, good. So federal appointments, we've got, here's our pricing. Choose between 20 to 60 appointments. They'll choose on your availability. We can book them nationwide. That's if you're licensed in most states, or you choose your state. There's just an additional fee for that. If you want state appointments, those are a little cheaper. They are a little more complicated in a sense that you have to learn more systems. So federal, you learn the system once, it applies nationwide. And it's basically the same type of product there. So there we go. Ready to fill your calendar for additional information. Get started, contact our team, go to revenx.com, revenx.com, or give us a call. It's our main line. You'll just connect with our team. Cool. Well, that's the end. I'm sure we'll have potentially some questions. Isaiah, do you want to take over on presenting? Otherwise, I think I might go into infinite windows here.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and switch back over. We do have some questions here in the chat that I will get to real quick. Perfect. Let me share my screen again. I'm also going to go ahead and launch our final poll. If you'd like to get some more information on how to get signed up with RevenX, go ahead and answer that poll there while we're going through these questions. Let's see here. Okay, so it looks like, first question, out of every 30 leads, what percentage are at age 60 and above?
Okay, cool. So we're seeing about a 20% 59 and above, right? I think that's probably what you're looking for. So out of 30, so that would be about 6 out of 30, something like that. We also have a separate product. If you reach out to us, we've got a product where if you just want 59 and above appointments, we have that separately. It's significantly more expensive, but if you're like, look, all I want is old people with at least $100,000, then that we have that product. We've been doing that now for about 6 months, and we're getting good feedback on agents who want that. It's not industry specific though. And we do recommend your securities licensed for that to make the most of those appointments. Alternatively, if you're working with IMS where they're handling that side of things, that's fine. We've just found that agents who are basically, you're going to get capped out, right? If somebody's got $1 million and you're only insurance licensed, they want to talk to somebody who's securities licensed, who's a financial advisor, because whatever product you can offer them, a financial advisor will also be able to offer them. So if you're not being holistic, again, there's always the exception to the rule. We had one guy who did, I think, a $2 million rollover as purely an insurance agent, but maybe he had somebody else on the back end that was a financial advisor on it.
Okay, perfect. And then another question here, if you're to order 30 leads all within one state, will the lead order be fulfilled in 30 days?
Yeah, it just depends on the state. If you choose North Dakota, it will not, right? So if you choose Florida, Texas, California, North Carolina, Virginia, I don't think anybody ever wants New York. I guess we could probably do New York in 30 days. So again, we're doing 1,500 appointments just on the Fed side, 1,500 to 2,000 a month. So yes, we have no problem fulfilling 30 appointments in a month.
Perfect, perfect. And it looks like that's all the questions that we had there. Thank you to those who responded to that poll. I'm going to go ahead and end that now. And then lastly, just wanted to share with you our social media pages here. Please connect with us on Facebook and LinkedIn so you can stay in the loop on what's going on at IMES, marketing programs, new products, that kind of thing. It's a great way to make sure that you're just staying in the loop with everything that we're doing over here. And then, yeah, if there's any questions following today's webinar, there's our contact information. Please feel free to reach out to us or check out our website. I wanted to thank Jeremy again for his time today. And oh, it looks like we got one more question that popped in here. If you're still there, Jeremy, it's is there a federal employee report software for use?
I mean, we recommend Track. I think is one of them out there. There's a couple others. Do you guys have? I don't think IMES has a software yourself, right, Isaiah?
We do not know.
Okay, yeah. Then I think Track Retire Ready is one we recommend. Again, no affiliation with them, but we have a lot of agents who use that, and it works well for both federal and state. And you can get projections, and you can get everything you want out of that.
Okay, good deal. And I think that is it for all the questions. I don't see any others in there. So again, thanks for your time joining us today, Jeremy. Really appreciate it. And thank you everyone for taking the time out of your day to hop on. And hope to hear from you all soon. Have a great rest of your day, guys.
Everybody.